Ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, you are watching yet another episode of Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's Friday night, and you know what that means. It's time for your WWE, SmackDown, and NXT Level Up Event Center Wrestling Report. And now here's the man to give you that report, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans in 1977, episode 1446, and we are about to finish up here, watching a little bit of, just finished done watching SmackDown and NXT Level Up, and a lot to get to. A lot of things have been happening. This is the second part of the fallout from the King and Queen of the Ring. Meanwhile, the Bloodline and the Street Profits, along with B-Fab, both arrived at the arena separately earlier in the afternoon. Nick Aldis decided to kick off SmackDown by doing the Queen of the Ring coronation celebration with Nia Jax. And so Nia Jax says that now that I am the Queen of the Ring and now that I have a shot at the title at SummerSlam, she calls out Bayley. As Bayley's about to come out to talk to Nia Jax, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven blindsided her and attacked her. And Nia Jax was basically... She goes, I don't care who's a champion, I'm going to annihilate her. And ends up walking away. And she did nothing to stop them from attacking Bayley. So AJ Styles was waiting in Nick Aldis' office to talk about, about addressing his future and having the opportunity to do so. And Nick Aldis says, you know what, it's a good idea, I'll let you have that time. In the first matchup, as you know, I did talk about this on the last episode. We'll have it on digital exclusive. Tommaso Ciampa and Austin Theory had a matchup. And Grayson Waller was running his mouth on Corey Graves and Wade Barrett, distracting Austin Theory, and Tommaso Ciampa capitalized on it and picked up the victory over over Austin Theory. So that leads into another match next week as their other partners, Johnny Gargano and Grayson Waller, will go at it one-on-one. It seems to me there's a little NXT rivalry renewed in that situation. I just realized it. This is the first time in a long time since the start of NXT 2.0 that Johnny Gargano is going one-on-one with Grayson Waller. This is going to be very interesting. Let me tell you. Meanwhile, Nick Aldis was talking to Blair Davenport, though Naomi burst in and apologized and said, hey, me and Bayley, we want a matchup against Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. And Nick goes, you got it. And Blair Davenport wasn't too very happy of Naomi busting in that office. This will, like I said, another interesting. You want to make a huge impact, no pun intended, go after one of the most established stars in the women's division. Naomi is that. Meanwhile, LA Knight was talking to Nick Aldis, and he said, well, let's talk about Logan Paul. And then Caleb Braxton interviewed him afterwards and said, Logan Paul's not here, but I'll make the challenge anyways. So it's official. LA Knight has challenged Logan Paul for the United States title. But then Carmelo Hayes interrupts Knight. He said, you don't have to worry about Logan Paul. Worry about someone that is named him. Once again, Carmelo Hayes, man, let me tell you, he's running his mouth once again. Andrade went one-on-one with Apollo Crews. Now, Andrade was offered a spot in Legado del Fantasma by Angel Garza, but Andrade turned him down. During the matchup, Angel Garza, speaking of which, showed up during the matchup, but Andrade did pick up the victory. But Santos Escobar, Humberto Carrillo, and Electra Lopez showed up, and as they were applauding, and then Angel Garza was like, hey, this is the team you want to be with. But then Andrade walks by them, and Santos gave him a look like, do something about this. And Angel Garza goes, you know what, I'll make it right. So Sikoa gives orders to Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa to take out the Street Profits in their matchup. And then Paul Heyman says, listen, we have to do things the right way. But, but so Sikoa didn't mean much of it, didn't make much of it, but then Kevin Owens comes out and he says, "Take care of this." Tells Paul Heyman to take care of this. So, anyways, as Paul Heyman was about to be was given the marching orders by Solo Sikoa to take care of Kevin Owens, Angel Garza was attacked in the locker room by Apollo Crews, who was not very happy of Angel's presence out there, and that leads to a match next week on SmackDown. Meanwhile, Kevin Owens addressed the Albany crowd. He says, Randy Orton's recuperating, but I know who's here, and it's Solo Sikoa. He was about to call out Solo Sikoa until Paul Heyman interrupted him and advised Kevin Owens to back off of the Bloodline. I think you think Kevin Owens would you think Kevin Owens would probably be would listen to Paul Heyman? Kevin Owens kind of like saw right through Paul Heyman, and then the Bloodline started. As Kevin Owens was about to attack Paul Heyman or some sort, the Bloodline comes out, and then the Street Profits end up backing up Owens. All six-man brawl as Solo Sikoa was battling Kevin Owens in the backup. That leads to the tag team matchup where the Street Profits took on the team of the Gorillas of Destiny. That would be Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. And Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga ended up picking up the victory over the very game Street Profits. Meanwhile, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair were walking, and they were addressing Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler, considering whether or not to take up their offer to appear Monday Night Raw. And since they are the women's tag team champions, they get to go on any brand they want, including Raw or NXT. But the way NXT's been on fire, I think Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair might as well show up there anyways. But Indy Hartwell was not very happy and interrupted them about what they did to Candice LeRae, and Jade Cargill got into Indy's face, and so that leads up to a match next week as Jade Cargill goes one-on-one with Indy Hartwell. So there's that. Meanwhile, Kayla Braxton, the lovely Kayla Braxton, interviewed the lovely Michin about AJ Styles' future. He says, AJ Styles and I have been on talking terms for quite a while. And then Nia Jax interrupts Michin. Says, well, we're talking about AJ Styles. Talk about the Queen. And Michin was not very happy. And if she's not careful, she may end up being knocked out of the women's North American title ladder match at NXT Battleground a week from this Sunday. So the women's tag match, Bayley and Naomi against Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, and heck of a matchup this was, but Chelsea Green and Piper Niven ended up picking up the victory, with Green making the pinfall on the women's champion. The women's division could get really hairy, folks. I mean, really hairy. And I'm telling you, this is an interesting situation. Now, AJ Styles came out, while he was walking to the ring, he was greeted by Knight saying, respect, if the rumors are true, respect. And then Cody Rhodes comes over and hugs him, and then the Good Brothers greet him and said, I'd like for you guys to be out there with me. So as they go out there, AJ Styles comes out there, and basically he's dressed his future. He dressed as his son graduated high school. That means we're getting old here, folks. And I'm 47 years old. I may look young, but I'm getting old, man. When you find out that a young man, I think AJ Styles is about 40, or I don't know if he's a little older than me or younger than me. If he's younger than me and his son has graduated high school, that means you're getting old, man. And I feel like I'm getting old. Anyways, so he dressed that. He was considering retiring, and he asked Cody Rhodes to come out here. And he goes, if it was my final matchup, I would have, I had the best ever in Lyons, France, in Backlash. And as the two shook hands and hugged each other, Cody Rhodes is giving them props and all that. But then, there it is. Everybody called it. Thomas Willis called it. Jordan Little called it. And I was getting those vibes too, that AJ Styles attacked Cody Rhodes. And then even so, the Good Brothers knew it was all a ploy. Got to the point where referees, along with Nick Aldis, trying to get out there and stop the whole thing, but the Good Brothers stopped them at ringside. And AJ Styles hit the Styles Clash on Cody Rhodes off the steel stairs and recently walked away, and everybody booed the heck out of AJ Styles. AJ Styles had all less fooled, let me tell you. So this could be a feud that folks could wait a while for until Roman Reigns gets back, or the Bloodline can cause trouble. So you never know. But I'm going back to the Andrade situation. It would have behooved Andrade to join El Legado del Fantasma. With the Bloodline running around being dangerous, I would be safety in numbers, you know. And it seems like AJ Styles felt the same way, rejoining up with the Good Brothers. So it seems to me that AJ Styles is not done with Cody Rhodes yet by a long shot. He is not done by a long shot. Okay, NXT Level Up. Two newcomers are Uriah Connors and Cutler James. And I decided to look up the name Uriah Connors. It comes to find out, and they did announce this about a few months ago, they signed one of Fit Finley's sons. Uriah Connors, his real name is Brogan Finley. He is the real-life son of Fit Finley and the real-life brother of David Finley. That's right. And he took on the newcomer, 6'5" Cutler James, and Connors did pick up the victory in that matchup. Sarah Schreiber interviewed Tyreek Igwe and Tyson DuPont about them taking on the No Quarter Catch crew again in a rematch. And they said they'll be ready. Meanwhile, Kendall Gray went up against Stevie Turner, and Stevie Turner this coming Tuesday will have the biggest match of her career as she goes up against a woman that is making her NXT debut on NXT. She made her WWE debut at the Royal Rumble. That's where the TNA Knockouts champion Jordynne Grace will take on Stevie Turner. So Stevie Turner had a warm-up match against the athletic standout Kendall Gray, and Stevie Turner ended up picking up the victory. The main event of NXT Level Up, Tyreek Igwe and Tyson DuPont versus No Quarter Catch crew. It'll be the team of Dempsey and Bourne, and Dempsey and Bourne picked up the victory after David Camp got involved during the matchup. And that is it for SmackDown NXT Level Up, episode 1446 of the show, the Event Center, for May the 31st, 2024. Tomorrow will be the first day of June, ladies and gentlemen, and we shall see what happens in June. Looking forward to it. It'll be 80-degree weather tomorrow. I'll be looking forward to be prepared for it. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Episode 1446 of Eric Lima Shenanigans in 1977 is complete. So until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.